And we're live. Welcome back to another episode of the Keep It Pushing podcast. I am your host, Jesse Garcia, accompanied by the man.
Angelito the Vibes. Oh, you're not
legend. I wasn't done. It's cool. But we're in Vegas and we're like... It
was my cue, my bad.
Yeah, last night was full of heartbreaks and lost parlays and a lot of lost sleep. But we're here with a close friend of ours. He's a content creator. This guy is lifestyle goals. He just author. The list goes on and on. We got the boy Manny fresh in the building.
Yes, sir.
Happy to be here. Happy to be here. What's up, y'all?
Dude, your house is amazing.
Oh, thank you.
Like this is like
This player.
don't we look at his Instagram? We Insta stalk you sometimes, and we look at your Instagram and we're like, lifestyle. If I was a bachelor, you're doing it how I would do it.
Nah, for sure. I mean, I just moved in here 2 months ago, freshly new.
Yeah.
Yeah, I would say I guess this is kind of what I had visions when I was younger. You know, and I would think about like, okay, when I'm older, what I would want. You know, and it's cool to see it all come to life.
And you're from the Bay originally, but what part was that from? Oakland, right?
Originally from Acapulco, Mexico.
Dude, and that's what I was gonna ask you. Because I knew that you were born in Mexico, but I didn't know like what part of Mexico.
Yeah.
Acapulco. That's dope, dude.
Yep.
That's dope.
So Acapulco, obviously, that's where my kind of story originated. I was there till I was 6 years old. From there, we migrated to the Bay Area, San Leandro, a smaller city in the Bay Area next to Oakland, Hayward, Berkeley. It's on the East Bay.
Okay.
And I lived there, grew up there, went to high school there, right? Got into my first fight there, juvenile hall there, went to community college there.
Yeah.
And then when I finally made it out was when I transferred from community college over to the university. I kind of used that as a tool to escape the neighborhood, to finally get out of the Bay Area. And I ended up going to Santa Barbara.
Yeah, that's dope. That's dope. But you wrote 2 books, right? If I'm not mistaken?
Yes.
Yeah, that's dope. What kind of sparked the first one?
Honestly, it was when I actually read a book. I had read a book about an author that I kind of that I admired, and it was a story that I kind of felt like I gravitated to, you know. And like as soon as I closed the book, it was like, wow, I have to write a book about my story. That's how much the book touched me. I felt like at that point, I felt like I could write something, create something, a body of work that was going to be able to maybe inspire somebody else, you know, through my lens. So that kind of was the thought behind that.
And how old were you? How old were you?
Say like 22.
How old are you
22,
now?
23, 31.
31. Okay. And your birthday's coming up, huh?
Yes, coming up. About to be 32 years old.
Scorpio?
Libra.
Libra? Okay.
I didn't expect that
Scorpios, I'm kind of like on, you know. I fuck with Libras. But you said juvenile hall. Why did you end up there?
Yeah, so I went to juvenile 4 different times at 4 different occurrences. One of the times was like a high-speed chase, just kind of, you know, hanging out with the wrong crowd. We used to steal cars, got into high-speed chase, got caught. So ended up in juvenile hall. Second time was like violating my probation. I was out when I wasn't supposed to. Ended up getting like reprimanded and kind of violated. And another time was like into like it was like fights. And then the very last one was actually a like an armed robbery case. So it was semi-serious.
Yeah. And like it's so from what age to what age are you kind of going through all that?
Man, honestly, this was probably like my whole upbringing. I feel like in the Bay Area, right? Even if you weren't necessarily involved with it, it was you were a part of it, right? Just being in the neighborhood, seeing stuff.
You
right?
knew a guy.
Huh?
You knew a guy.
Yeah. You're just like you know, like guilty by association, right?
Yeah.
Even if it's just your cousin, your homie, right? So kind of just that's kind of how it started, and ended up things just kind of started gravitating. You know, gradually started getting worse and worse, and. That's kind of how it ended up happening.
Yeah, dude, and you went to like mad colleges, right?
Mm-hmm.
Well, UCSB was like the first one after community college.
Yeah, that was the very first. That was the tool that I used to leave my neighborhood, leave the Bay Area, was to go to college.
Yeah. Is that like when you were in high school? What was your plan when you got to college? Did you? What I'm asking is, did you end up getting the degree in which you thought you were going to get the degree?
No, honestly, I didn't think I was going to get a degree at all, right?
Yeah.
So I feel like when I was in high school, college wasn't even really a thought. Like, you know, I felt like I was going to go into construction, you know, some sort of labor-intensive field. And then college happened, and then that's kind of when like college got introduced to me as like a real thing. But then even just getting into college was hard enough, right? Like trying to get into UCSB was hard, let alone like now I have to pick this career, what I'm gonna do for the rest of my life. Like, you know, like mind you, like I haven't even really started thinking about that kind of stuff yet.
Yeah.
So I was kind of learning as I was going. And originally I wanted to be a sportscaster. So I wanted to
that's dope. That's dope.
I wanted to do communications, and do that. I was kind of doing that for a while, and I ended up failing a class, joining a fraternity.
What was the fraternity you joined?
Sigma Chi Omega is Chi.
So shout out to that, dude.
Yeah. That shit was a trip, man. So some of my funnest times actually was being a pledge, and you know what I mean. That was kind of some of the funnest times.
Yeah. What's it like? Because I never went to college.
They say it's the most fun you'll never have again.
Really?
Yeah, just because like people have like their things that they do.
Yeah.
Like you're under certain rules, but no matter what, people are gonna break them. But in the moment, like you're taking it serious. You get what I'm saying? You don't want to get in trouble, like whatever the case may be.
Spanked.
Yeah.
So whatever it is, you know, like you just don't want to deal with the consequences. So you have very fond memories with the people you pledge with. You all right?
Yeah. No, again, and like mind you, like I didn't know about college in high school, right? Like I wasn't thinking about college, so let alone a fraternity. So when like a lot of times when like I was getting pledged, like I didn't know what, you know what I mean? Like I didn't really even know really what came with that and what that really entailed. And like, you know what I mean? Like what really we're gonna be out there doing.
Yeah.
So a lot of times I'm just like, whoa, like, you know, it was funny. It
Is
was
this
just funny.
real? Do I have to do
Yeah.
that movie Old School? Have you ever watched Old School?
Yeah, I was there for the parties and like, you know, like I was like extra shit. Like I used to sign up for all this extra shit.
Dude, but have you guys watched Old School?
I love Old
Have you
School.
watched Old School?
No, I don't think so. I mean, I haven't watched
We're
it.
going
but-
straight.
We're streaking. What is it? Frank the Tank?
Frank the
Tank was the man.
Frank the
So
Tank.
you joined when you got to UCSB.
Mhm.
That's a fucking party school too,
Yeah, it's
huh?
a party school, yeah. So that's kind of why I joined it. I feel like kind of like even the only real idea that I knew about UCSB was the Halloween parties. Like that's all I knew was that.
Dude,
all
I
these
went
kids,
to one of those, bro, where they shut the streets down and shit.
That's all I knew. And like I remember like every year, like everybody wanted to go to Santa Barbara for that.
Yeah.
And I'm like, I'm gonna get to go there. So like that was kind of like honestly, like it wasn't even about academics or nothing. It was about I want to go to fucking college parties.
For college parties, that's dope. And when you got there, did you find what you were looking for?
Hell yeah. I felt like I was like, mind you, like I like coming from the Bay Area and like from where the things that I was kind of doing to come into this big campus where there's like, mind you, predominantly white institution, right? I felt like it was like 70% of the students were white.
Yeah.
Where like in the Bay Area it was the complete opposite. Like, you know what I mean? Like
It was
that
a little out your comfort zone.
yeah, comfort zone. Like, mind you, a lot of these kids are coming from like affluent communities, right? A lot of even just to get to UCSB, you have to have a 4.0. So even just academically, these kids were like on a whole different trajectory than I was. So it was just night and day. And I felt like it forced me to develop, and it forced me to kind of like grow up fast and kind of like, you know, what's the word? Like, adapt.
Yeah, and like spread your wings a little bit, right? Because like, dude, we were just saying that about you yesterday. We both admired about you because you just like how we met. Like you just pulled up. What up,
that's
dude?
the greatest story ever.
Yeah,
dude, that was great. That was
That's
great.
funny. Yeah.
And we even passed a little judgment on. Have we ever told you?
Have we ever told you?
Yeah, I think we talked about it once.
Yeah, we thought you stole my iPhone.
Really?
Because you were
Yeah,
like the only stranger at the party, and now like
The only oddball.
I trust you with 10 of my iPhones. You know what I mean? But that's dope.
That's
dude,
funny. For my defense, I remember I was supposed to pull up with one of my guys, Vince.
Yeah.
I wasn't
Shout out to
planning on
Vince.
showing up alone. You know what I mean? And like when I showed up there, I'm like, "Hey, where you at?" He's like, "Yeah, I'm not coming anymore."
Bro,
I'm
he
like,
called me
like, I'm
like
already here.
3
Dude.
minutes before that, and he's like, "Yo, my boy's out there. He's like, he wants to be at the party," and I was like, "This is weird. Like, this is genuinely like, I'm like, what the fuck?" But I'm like, "All right, cool. Like, that's fine."
Because it's I'll be honest, this is Angel's grandmother's house.
Yeah.
If she watches this,
I hope she does. We can clip this one. I love you, Mom.
I love you, Amparo.
But yeah, we used to throw pool parties there because she has a pool. So why the fuck not? You know?
Yeah. And
Hey,
those
fat jams is what we would call
fat
them.
jams,
too.
and we do the fucking CD like the swap meet. I mean, the
We did everything but put ass on the fucking.
We might have thrown a little
Maybe a
titty,
little
you know?
bit. Yeah, but no, those were fun. And
Yeah, those were fun.
And one weekend they decided to invite a bunch of people. Manny just happened to roll up
Dude.
and did not know a single person that party.
But by the end of the night, we were drinking Henny and fucking laughing, and it was a great time.
I did pull up with a shorty.
Yeah,
did.
yeah,
and
you
some
did.
Molly.
Yeah. Oh, and then
Okay, so we can
Molly
talk
too.
about it. We can talk about it.
it was funny because I think you offered it to someone.
I set up with a baddie and Molly. That's how
Hell yeah, dude. That's how you do it. That's how you
first memories.
Yeah.
Yes, that exactly.
Dude, so it's UCSB. You got there, you were basically just trying to do like your GA type shit.
Yeah, just pretty much. I remember I was trying to be a sportscaster. I even joined. It was cool. So I was in there. I was trying to be a sports sports management. So I ended up joining this ESPN internship.
Wow.
Through that, I ended up joining the Kobe Bryant Academy. So
Wow.
like you know how basketball players every summer they choose like a campus or somewhere to throw their summer camp. And Kobe Bryant chose Santa Barbara to throw his summer camp
That's dope.
every summer. So he would choose the students to intern. So I got to get as a sports major. I got a chance to work Kobe's last summer before he retired.
Damn, that's dope, dude.
So that's how you got that picture?
I got the picture and I got a autographed jersey signed by him.
Wow, do you still
Nice.
have that?
What'd you
No, Manny.
So I was a broke college student.
do? Okay.
Broke college student, mind you. Before he died,
Yeah.
I was a broke college student. Didn't even like the Lakers, right? Because I grew up hating LA. So I just I have this jersey of a player. I don't necessarily, I fuck with him, but
You
I respect
convinced
him.
yourself
But
into
You don't admire him like that. Like,
and I needed the money because I was broke.
It's okay. It's all right. I've sold
So
some
I
shit
sold
there.
it.
Yeah.
$300
no. Okay, so you didn't have to tell us that. You didn't have to tell
No,
us
before
I
he
was-
passed.
That's how he.
Was it on a number 8 jersey, number 24?
24. He doesn't sign 8s. He doesn't sign Reebok. He doesn't sign. There's certain things he won't sign.
Yeah.
Oh, that makes sense though.
Oh, I didn't know that.
makes
I didn't
sense.
know that. That's cool. He's true to his word. I like that.
yeah,
I like
yeah.
that. So UCS, you did the 2 years, and then from there you went where? Because you were where else were you going?
So at that time, like I said, I was trying to do sports management.
Oh, that's
So,
right, dude.
I
That's
was
right.
trying to do sports management, right? So you kind of apply before you're gonna graduate. So at this point, right, I'm listening to J. Cole. J. Cole's a huge influence on me. He went to St. John's University.
Mm-hmm.
They have a good sports program there, right? What's his name? A couple players. I'm blanking out now.
Yeah, no worries,
The
no.
couple players that went, but I was like, man, I want to go. I applied to St. John's for my master's in sports management.
Wow.
And I got accepted.
Wow.
I remember I opened the letter, called my mom, like, Mom, I'm moving to New York. So
Damn.
happy, right? I'm opening
Damn.
this letter, whatever. But when it finally came down to crunching the numbers, the tuition, out of state, New York City,
Yeah.
private school, and a Catholic school, I'm like, hell no, I'm not going there. I can't afford it. You know what I mean?
What did that equate to per year, más o menos? Do you remember?
Like probably like 40 grand, 50 grand, like
Damn,
a year.
yeah.
But like, mind you, this is like, at this point, I have to take loans out, federal loans, and it was just a mess. So like, I was like, ended up kind of reweighing my options, and then choosing to go to San Francisco State. Got my master's from San Francisco.
Were you bummed
State.
about not being able to go to St. John's?
Kinda. I've always had this infatuation with New York City, the East Coast.
Yeah.
I've always tried to apply to schools there. I tried to apply to Harvard later on in that.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I've always kind of had this like dream of living in New York City as a California kid.
Do you feel like you still would ever go out there and try to make that move now?
Yeah, one of my friends lives there. Two of my friends live there
Because
now.
you bounced around already, right? You
Yeah,
did
yeah, yeah.
Seattle, Miami. What else?
Vegas. Santa Barbara,
Cali,
so, yeah, Cali.
Cali,
So
all
yeah,
over
kind of,
LA.
yeah, Mexico. So I've kind of lived in a bunch of different, cities and kind of got to see different parts of the world.
Yeah.
Or
But you can see New York in your future though at some time.
yeah, I want to rule it out.
Yeah. What's like your next city that's like catching your attention if you were to leave Vegas? I know you were telling me that you like the stability of being in like one place. And all that. But if you were to leave Vegas,
Honestly, I flirted with the idea of like Puerto Rico. I feel like that would be
Ooh,
dope
dude.
for a year, right? Year or two island living.
Yeah.
I feel like that's your vibe.
that's your
Vibe,
vibe.
I'm like,
That's your vibe.
Thought about San Diego, but I went there
Start going
recently
by-
and
by,
like they
Emmanuel.
closed at 2 a.m. and I'm like, I don't dig that.
Yeah. San Diego's dope though.
It
Very
is.
clean. Very clean.
Chicago.
Chi-Town's dope. It's just the weather that at a certain point
But
of
I'm
the
saying
year.
just for like a year or two. I'm not
Yeah.
saying I'm gonna go live out there
I
forever.
like Puerto Rico, man.
Puerto Rico.
And it gives me an excuse to come out there.
Hell yeah.
Would you start
But-
going by Emmanuel?
Manu.
That's funny. That's funny. So you flirted. So you ended up going to Frisco.
Yeah.
What was your plan when you got there? And what kind of vibe is that? Is that now different from UCSB? Like back
Yeah.
to normal, you feel? Type
Yeah,
vibe?
and mind you, like there is no real plan because it's not like I have a blueprint, right? Like I'm figuring this as I'm going. I like my mom didn't go to college, my sister didn't go to college. Like there's nobody in my life at this point that's like telling me like, yeah, you do this, you do that. Even just breaking down like, what does this mean? Like, what do you do? Just any of those questions, you know? It's like I'm figuring this shit out as I'm going. So
I kind of like that sometimes, like just diving into shit and just as you go, you know.
Yeah.
Some people plan too much.
Yeah. No, it kind of worked out perfect. So like I kind of just went there, right? And that's kind of when like I started my master's program. I started working on publishing those books. Like, you know, I kind of felt like I was like in my 8 Mile where I was just, because I used to ride the public transportation, the subway. It was called BART. But I would just sit there in my headphones, literally just kind of writing down notes, writing down stuff. And that's when I created that podcast. I created like the books. I was doing like spoken word. I was just kind of like trying to be creative, figure out different ways to tell my story through different like creative means. And like, you know, this is before social media was really a thing, but this is when I was just doing shit like extracurricular activities, like, you know, just kind of like
hobbies and shit.
But it wasn't content yet.
Yeah.
It wasn't looked at like content. It was looked at like hobbies.
And you doing the YouTube social media thing at one time was corny, you know. Everybody was calling it corny, but yeah. So you were doing all these, trying to figure it out.
Trying to figure out my lane.
And what did you enjoy the most out of while doing it? Which one did you like between podcasting, writing, spoken word? Which one did you enjoy the most?
Man, I feel like I enjoyed all of them, all equally. So I didn't tell you all this story while I was living in LA. Or no, this is actually, this hasn't even happened yet in the story. No, this is just I ended up. I'll just tell the story. I ended up going to this. There's a spoken word. It was like this event that I wanted to go to. I remember I knocked on my roommate's door. I was like, "Hey, do you want to go?" She was like, "No." So then I was like, "Fuck, I got to go here by myself." And then I went up there by myself, like volunteered, went in front of this live audience, and like did the whole like poem. And like I never did nothing like that before, but I was just so proud of myself because, you know, those are the things that were like, you know, I was like,
and this was in LA?
Yeah, this is in LA.
Dude, shout out to your roommate in LA.
Yeah.
That was cool. But you got to Frisco. You're doing all these different stuff. There's still no plan of what you're doing in school. Because what'd you end up getting your major in? Like
education.
Education.
So like at this point, like I had completely, so like once that door from sports management closed, like immediately it was like, I got to figure out something else. And it didn't even have like, it wasn't even like, let me try to do it in San Francisco. It was like, I'm just like, that kind of just closed. That door kind of just closed. And then I went to education, completely different, kind of like, you know, I'm still trying to figure it out. I was like, man, maybe I could like help the youth, like, you know, be a counselor, like some sort of like, you know, guidance in the community, or like, you know, I could kind of use my experience. Cause, you know, at that point I had like been in the system and I'd now graduated, got a master's. So I was like, you know, maybe that could be my lane, you know, like some sort of like educator, mentor, you know. So I kind of started trying to go into that kind of lane after my master's.
Yeah. And eventually you were like guidance count, or you taught, right?
Yeah. So I kind of had a few different roles under the umbrella of just services. So like I was a teacher, a high school teacher. I taught English in Oakland.
That's dope.
I was like a youth prevention counselor, you know, like all these different roles. I worked at a youth homeless shelter, like, you know, like kind of all these different roles in the community, just kind of like do like mentorship roles.
Yeah, that's dope. After Frisco, you went to another school though to get like another degree or something.
Yeah. So at this point, I'm looking into PhD programs for my San Francisco State, right? So I'm trying to apply to Harvard, UCLA, Stanford, like all these big PhD programs.
If you would have had your choice, which one would it have been?
For surely Harvard.
Yeah.
And like mind you, I didn't have nobody to help, so I kind of just did it all by myself. I applied to 5 programs, got denied to all 5 programs.
Wow.
Every single program fell flat. I swear, I thought I was gonna get into all 5 programs. Ended up getting denied to all 5 programs.
Wow. And why did you end up? Why did you think? Did they tell you?
I just think I had nobody look at my stuff. You know, not to even just make excuses. It just wasn't. I just wasn't competitive. I just think that I did not submit a competitive application to highlight the things that I was good at. You know,
because at that point, some kids get like written letters attached to.
For sure. Like these kids pay like. These kids pay people to like look at, you know what I mean? Like there's whole like systems.
Dude, the college system, low key. I never went, so I can't talk shit. But for 2 dudes that went, is it sketchy?
Yeah, can be.
Not how the companies ran from the football from the day gun football
Oh, it's all business.
down to the
Yeah.
principal at the principal's office. Is it shady?
I think in certain ways, definitely.
Yeah.
Yeah, in certain ways, definitely. Like, especially like,
Because it's like, why can't, were your grades on point? Yeah.
Yeah.
See, so if your
because sometimes it's not what you know, it's who you know.
yeah,
You know what I mean?
but
Like,
come on.
if you go to a dinner and meet the right person who ends up being like a dean of students, and they recommend you, it's like you're in, and you could be a mediocre ass student at that point.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah, that sucks, dude. You didn't give people a fair shake. Yeah, that's not cool. That's not cool.
Man.
But so you applied off, I fell flat.
Yeah. And then so kind of immediately I started panicking or kind of shuffling, and
Choice
I'm like, man,
number
where can I
6,
go?
baby.
I was like, let me apply for my EDD program. So I applied to
What's EDD stand for?
it's a educational leadership and it's a educational leadership degree.
Oh, okay.
But it's pretty much like a PhD.
Appointment, I thought. It was
It's an education leader. It's like an education leadership degree, whatever.
okay.
I don't know the quite thing, but
Yeah.
it's pretty much it's like a PhD, but PhD is like focused on research, and this one's more practical. So it's like instead of kind of doing research and being kind of like kind of focusing on research, it's more practical. They're actually kind of giving you like the practice.
Oh, okay. That's dope. So you got that degree at in San Francisco.
No, so I applied to that. That's where I applied to Cal State LA. So I applied to Cal State LA and got accepted. So that out of all those programs, I only got accepted to Cal State LA. And even then, they were telling me that I was kind of on the cusp, but luckily got accepted and made my way down to LA, and then that's where we all.
Dude, what a fucking time.
What a fucking trip, dude. What a fucking trip.
That literally led into the pandemic, I think.
Remember that time we were going to the party and I was dressed as what? What was I dressed as? Eeyore?
Yeah, Eeyore. I was a bear, and then I think you had like a Christmas, something like that. Yeah, that was a good fucking. It was a good pajama party.
Yeah, that was a good
pajama
Yeah,
party.
that was a good pajama party.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was tight. But is that kind of where you're, dude? Love is, she's great.
She's chilling right there.
Yeah.
Hell yeah. Shout out Manny's dog, Love.
Manny's dog Love. Yeah, that's dope. Fuck, what was I saying? So you Cal State LA, was that like that's where you finished off school? And how long did you do that? I feel it was short, dude.
Yeah, I mean,
Like you were there like 3 months, 6
yeah.
months, maybe. Like
Yeah. So a lot of things happened in LA. I ended up meeting my mentor.
Yeah.
At that time, I was paying for school out of pocket, so I was working full time and going to school full time. And then
What were you working as?
I was working on campus. So I was trying to get a job on campus, and then I also ended up getting a job over at Morningside High School in Inglewood, California.
Yeah.
Shout out Inglewood.
Wow.
They just closed down this past year.
Morningside?
Yeah.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
Oh man.
Yeah.
Why did they close down?
I'm actually not 100% sure, but it's one of those like
It was super failing. Like I mean, the school was like in terms of even like the facilities were ran pretty poorly. Not to like super like shit on them, but it was like it was a failing school.
Yeah,
I would say so.
Yeah.
but that was like a lot of history. Like a lot of,
Yeah.
like Lisa Leslie went there.
Yeah, Lisa Leslie. Yeah,
I mean, that's
So
just
what
I
the
know.
fuck?
and it's right next to the Ram Stadium now.
Yeah. So
Right where they built the Ram Stadium. You can see it from campus. You can see it. It's like
I feel like if you're from Inglewood, you ended up going to Morningside or
Morningside or Inglewood High.
Yeah.
Paul Pierce went to Inglewood High.
Fuck Paul Pierce. I'm just kidding.
yeah, fuck Paul Pierce.
Had to take a shit mid game. Oh, never forget that.
Did he win?
Isn't that what he said? Like to Kevin. Remember when they carried him off on the wheelchair?
He
It's like-
faked an injury.
Yeah, he faked
had
an
boo-boo?
injury because he had a boo boo, or it's either he shit himself or he needed to shit.
Dude, could you imagine having a boo boo mid game?
Game 6, important game of the playoffs, and you want to come back and be like, yeah.
You bubble guts motherfucker if you don't get right.
I'll confirm it later, but I remember he because he has a show with Kevin Garnett, so I remember they talked about it.
Yeah. I don't know if I.
Makes you mad.
Why would he hate the Lakers so much? You from Inglewood?
He's a Celtic at the end of the day.
Yeah,
It
but
runs
he's
deep.
a Laker
It
fan at
runs
heart.
deep.
He's a Laker fan at heart.
He played for the Clippers, so I don't know.
True. So Cal State, you went there.
Yeah, I went there for like 4 months. Like
4
I
months,
ended
that's
up.
what it was. Yeah.
Yeah, there's like a bunch of stuff happened. Man, my mentor, he ended up convincing me I shouldn't pay for school. It should be paid. Like I did agree, so I ended up dropping that. And then he ended up actually switching jobs, and so he ended up moving back to the Bay Area. So then I kind of like, that was like kind of at that point I was like, man, like I should kind of like reevaluate what I'm doing if I'm not gonna go to school out here. And then kind of was forced to go back to the Bay.
To the and you were just no schooling at that point, just kind of like trying to find a job in the obviously the degree you got, right?
Yeah. At this point, I'm just in the real world now, just trying to get a real job and like pretty much make it happen.
And where'd you move to? You went to Seattle, huh?
No, so at this point, I ended up moving back to I'm in LA. I ended up moving back home, and this is kind of like 2020, 2021. So like, yeah, this is kind of
actually like the perfect time to go back home.
Yeah, I ended up going back home. I was chilling, and I believe like COVID happened, like all around that time. That's kind of when the world kind of like shut down. Because I was teaching. I remember I was teaching when COVID shut. I was working at a school, and like they kind of just shut it down. And
and so you get back there. What do you find working?
Hold on, can we pause this? Is that affecting you?
No.
Okay, good. Sorry. I was just. Sorry, that's the question.
I saw the worry in your face.
I saw the worry.
I just didn't want it to be like.
Dude,
she's
so chilling. She's so chilling. She's just, if she was a little body, like she could be, but she's just such a big girl, and she's one of those that she doesn't really like know.
Yeah. Okay.
She is a little fun. She like Goofy the dog. Yeah, she's awesome. There you go. Chill right there, mama. Hell yeah. Hell yeah.
No, it's all good.
When did you started? Because so you got, what'd you get to do? I want to ask you something else, but what'd you do when you got to Frisco? What was the plan from there? Were you still trying to get into other schools?
No, at this point, I'm just kind of trying to figure it out. I'm kind of just figuring things out. I got a job, like I said, teaching. Yeah. I felt like at that point, like I was really into it, right? I was really into, like, I had a passion for being an educator, for, being a mentor, like, especially like the high school that I was working at was a continuation school. So when, the students get kicked out from their comprehensives, they end up going to those like the secondary high schools, so those, the students ended up going there. So that's where I was teaching. I was teaching pretty much like the bad students. But it was cool.
But you can relate, right?
I know what I'm saying. I can relate. I was coming to class, like, it was interesting to see like those kids were gravitating towards me, like, right? They would show up to my class, like they would actually, for one, show up to class. They would do their work, like, like I was able to pull that out of them, you know what I mean? And a lot of times, like, you ended up learning that a lot of these students, like, as long as they have one person on campus that they're able to kind of identify with, and they're able to kind of like, like relate with, that the chances that them sticking to school is like significantly higher than when they don't have anybody on campus that they
Dude, I was also like, I was a troubled kid in like high school and shit, but I funny you say that, because I did look so like,
hold on. Let me I'm gonna try to put her here. Sorry.
No, it's all good.
all good, dude.
We're doing good there?
Yeah.
No.
We'll cut right there.
It's still going? All right, cool. I'm just the last time has me scarred.
Come on. This way.
She's scared of the mics.
Sit down, mamas. Hey. Sit down. Hey.
As you back up, like,
She's my favorite, bro.
she's my favorite. All right, so can you just count us down again, Steven, please? Yeah.
Sorry.
Hold on, let me take this out of the program.
Yeah. Baby, sit down, please. Hey.
I'll check the slip after. It counts down. So what I was saying, I felt like I was one of those troubled youth, and I didn't look up to those people that were giving me advice, because I didn't feel like, he's like, no offense to them, but like completely different spectrum, you know, like completely different. This dude may be in his mid 40s, fat and bald, and I don't take what he's saying serious. So I believe that kids need people like that, look like them, talk like them, kind of, you know, but have that education to lead them, because you're not gonna take nobody serious if you feel like you can't relate, you know, or at least look up to, you know.
Can't have all corny teachers. You gotta have,
You know, you
somebody
guys
that-
have some. Did you have any dope young teachers?
Yeah.
You did.
Yeah.
The teachers of color.
Very minimal for my school. I went to school with, like, it was all white kids. Like, I went to all boy
What about
Catholic
you?
school.
I dropped out of high school.
But did you have growing up like traditionally, like dope
It was mixed.
teachers of
It
color?
was. Oh no, dope teachers. Like, not really, dude. Not that. No, not really. I mean, there was one lady that I can't remember her name, but she made me feel good about myself. She was like, one day you're gonna be somebody. Cause I used to bug her in class, but I would mimic like Cartman and fucking like all these voices, and it would drive her insane. And one day, like, she looked at me, she's like, you know what? One day you're gonna be somebody because you could do all the voices.
Can we hear it, Carmen?
No, I can't do my girl. Fuck you, Cal. No, I can't do it anymore. But
my cheesy pants.
I love, dude. I grew up on South Park.
South Park was the shit, dude.
Fucking Family Guy.
The Simpsons was more my.
The Simpsons was the
I
shit.
used to
dude.
love it.
The
I used to have
Simpsons.
the comic books, the ones you brought to the shop. And
Dude,
like,
somebody, side note real quick, somebody mentioned the other day that they were coming out with a live action Static Shock.
I
And
hope
that,
so.
dude,
I
Static
hope
Shock
so.
was, dude, that would be the shit.
Yeah.
That would be the shit. That would be the shit.
For sure.
You know, speaking of that, you
Check
know,
the
Shaq.
slip. I'm gonna-
You know, Shaq had a superhero movie.
Did he?
Yeah. Hold on. Let me see what it was called.
Was it a Kazam or some shit?
No.
Kaboom or something? No, was it?
No, it was something different.
And dude, throughout all this, were you still making content and like doing that, like doing the poems and?
So looking back, which is interesting, is that it all was content. Like, it wasn't called content, or it wasn't cool to be a content creator at that point. TikTok wasn't around. So
I don't even think that was a term.
No, it wasn't there. So that's
content creator, like,
that's
you know?
what I'm saying. Like, little did I know that that's what I was doing. Like, I was creating content, and it's interesting now. Like, I was creating the content that I'm doing now, which is kind of just interesting to see how it took a turn, you know. But no, I guess. But what's cool is that I just got stockpiles of videos of me doing, which I guess now it's called content. But yeah, so I got content for days of old footage.
stuff. That's dope.
sick.
What were you recording it on back then?
Like my iPhone, like my laptop, like, you know.
Because now
just-
we got all these fucking gadgets and shit. Like,
so even I guess even like I've always had this knack for like recording stuff. So even even
she's like, I see y'all ain't fucking with me. I'm gonna go over here real quick. What up, Steve? Nah, she's cool, dude. Shoot, as long as she don't knock nothing over, we can have her up in
Yeah.
this thing.
but okay, I also have the crate too that I could put
No,
her in.
no, she's good. Come here, mom. Come on. You come up ups.
Yeah,
because she come up.
No, she's not
She's not allowed
Oh.
to come up ups. Okay.
Sorry, we thought.
I thought you were allowed up ups. Is that why she only puts her butt on it?
No wonder.
She learned quickly. But yeah, this is Love. She was a rescue.
Yeah.
Rescued her at 8 months old. She's 2 years old now.
She's so big, dude. Was so
Yeah.
loving.
Hey, Lovey.
You can't
Get
do
down,
that,
baby.
love.
Love
I'm
you,
sorry.
love you,
I
love
ain't
you.
gonna get you beat up.
I guess if she,
Dude, if it's cool with you, it's
Yeah,
cool
yeah.
with me.
Yeah,
Sure.
we're chilling.
if she,
I actually love
This
this.
is great. Yep. Oh, kisses.
Oh, yeah, there you go,
love.
mama. There you go. Hold on,
The
because
star
I think-
of the
Hold
show.
on,
I
baby.
think she just wanted to be a part of it.
there,
Huh?
it is.
Yeah.
There it is. Perfect. Yeah, dude.
I'll deal with this
Yeah,
over
there,
here. There
you
you
go.
go.
Hell yeah.
That's all. Huh?
No, dude, this is amazing.
Yeah.
This is amazing. So you were recording on your phone, and like, was it? First of all, how was it writing the book? Like, take me through that process.
Yeah, so like I said, I had first read a book that I had kind of closed and been like, man, like I have a similar story, like I could create something like this. You know what I mean? At that point, and you know, J. Cole at that point was a very big influence in my life, and like even the come up,
Yeah.
how you describe like growing up, he just described certain instances that I felt like he was describing my life. You know what I mean? Where I'm
Yeah.
like, man, like I feel like that he's describing like certain circumstances that I went through. So then like it kind of was like, man, like I wonder if I could do stuff that like other people could then be like, you know, I went through that. So I guess that was the thought process behind. And yeah, like I kind of, when I started writing it, I was like, you know, I'm gonna just kind of put it all, just kind of put my story, because that's kind of what it was, a memoir. And I'm just gonna write this story and just hope that at some point somebody picks this up and is also inspired by it on some, you know what I mean? Just kind of like just trying to do something, just create a body of work that was gonna outlive me and like just live forever, you know?
Yeah. Dude, could you imagine like how dope it would be to write another one, but when you're like 50, you know, like how many more stories? Because you wrote that at 22, you know, 22 is not even a quarter of your life. You know,
I think I started like at 22, probably got published around like 23, 24. 23. But it's interesting.
Is it like on Amazon and stuff?
Yeah, it's on Amazon. I even got some copies on me, so I'll give y'all some.
Yeah, dude, and I'll post the link on Amazon if people go get Concrete Jungle, and you wrote another one, right?
It's Concrete Muse, and then the other one is called The Things That Are Stuck in My Head. It's actually one was kind of like a poetry book, kind of like I did the
like
same
sonnets almost. Huh? Right? Wasn't it like sonnets almost?
Yeah.
Like,
so I had read this Maya Angelou book that's the exact same way. Like she kind of wrote like it was like even like stanzas or like 5-line like poems, or weren't even like and like some didn't rhyme. Like some were about like. You know, so I was just like, wow, like just super inspired by it, you know, like I'm going to create something like this where it kind of feels like there's no rules, there's no right, there's no wrong. Like that's the cool thing about poetry. Like nobody could say that's like bad poetry. Or
it's like that's how you felt. Like,
So that's kind of was like, it's cool. I can make something that like no one could be like, that's wrong.
Yeah. It could be like, the carpets matched the drape, but the drape didn't match the carpet. That's how he was feeling.
It's kind of cool.
No, that's dope. We'll link both of them below. But so you were still. How did you? Was TikTok initially where your shit kind of took a turn, like in terms of the content creation, or was it? Did Instagram pop off first?
So this is mind you, this is COVID had happened at this time, so the world shut down, and then at this point, I ended up meeting this really dope girl that we ended up linking up during COVID. So we kind of like, we spent a lot of time during COVID, you know, kind of like as the world shut down. And through that, she ended up getting a job opportunity in Seattle. So her job was basically going to relocate her to Seattle. And that's how that opportunity came about. And us that were spending a lot of time together at that time, she was like, hey, I got this opportunity. I think it'd be cool, like, if you kind of came with me. You know what I mean? And at first, I remember being like, "What, Seattle? Like, hell no!" like, you know, like I don't know anybody. Like, what? Like, why would I do that? Like, you know, especially like, you know, even also moving with a girl. That was kind of like my first instance that, you know, that would happen, like cohabitating with somebody, right? So it was
that's
just
some different shit.
Yeah, some just different. You know, in Seattle, at that point, I'd only been there once, and decided to do it. We both decided to kind of pack our bags, and just like that, moved all our stuff to Seattle, and kind of just got to experience that.
Yeah, that's dope. Did you like it? Was it what you thought it was gonna be, or was it completely different?
Yeah, it was super dope, and I feel like at that time, so then that's when content. That's just to answer your question and to circle back on that. That's kind of, so I already had seen people do content before I moved to Seattle. So I kind of knew, like, at this point, like, the content creators were people with tattoos, people that worked out, people that had fly lifestyles, nice cars. So like subconsciously, I was already living like that, right? I was already taking trips, like just doing that, like not even on like social media, but just personally. So when I started seeing other people having success with content, like it was instantly like I could do this. Like the same thing with the book. When I read the book and then like I was like I could write this. I saw content and I was like I could do that. And like I know when I'm able to like do something, you know. So that kind of was the thought behind it. And I was already working out crazy. Like my already had both sleeves. I was already traveling. So I remember having those conversations with my ex at the time. Because we ended up with that girl and being like, you know, when we moved to Seattle, let's make sure we get a nice place, and like let's make sure that we live a certain way, so then I could start recording all that, because like I would love to get into content. So when we got that apartment in Seattle, I don't know if you guys remember, it was like really nice. That was the thought behind it. Like I'm gonna get a nice apartment because I'm gonna do content the moment I get there. And again, I'm moving away. I'm by my, you know what I mean? I feel like it was the perfect opportunity to kind of like get that ball rolling.
The Seattle one was where you had like you were really up there.
Yeah, right? On the 35th floor.
That's sketchy, dude.
That's
I know.
So scary.
You have a balcony up there?
Yeah, I moved to the 35th floor out of 38, so we were like, pretty up there, and it was sweet. It was
You
like
had
a
a
sweet
balcony? Is that sketchy?
balcony, like.
Did you look down?
Dude, oh my gosh, I shouldn't even probably be saying this. But
Yeah.
like, I'm up there, like, my dude's like the first time, like, a California kid. Like, I lived in a 1-story house my whole life, so I remember I used to throw eggs off the balcony because, like, Seattle got really infested with like homeless people, like, and like drug addicts and stuff. So we used to live behind this alley, there was like this alley where like all like these dope heads would like just kind of congregate and you know what I mean, like shoot up dope and stuff, like so I would just throw eggs from up there. I never hit any of them like direct contact, but like it would like land on the side,
It's okay if you did.
It'd be like that.
It'd be like that.
they got high behind my building and I was able to throw eggs at them.
Fuck it.
They're corrupting the youth.
Yeah.
There you go.
That's dope.
Get out of here.
That's so like you to do something funny like that. Like,
You know what I
just,
mean?
I'm gonna throw an egg off.
And not all heroes wear capes.
Some throw eggs.
That's great.
Dude, and did you
The
like
vigilante.
you ended up liking Seattle though?
Yeah, so I feel like I could say this now that I've lived and left Seattle for a while. I feel like I loved and I love some aspects and I hated some aspects. I feel like moving from California, the rain was completely like a no-no, right? Like in Cali, where I'm from, in the Bay Area, it
Was all the
rains
time?
maybe like 20% of the year, and it's like light drain, you know what I mean? It might rain for like a day or two, and like it goes away, you know what I mean? We don't deal with floods, no weird, like nothing catastrophic. In Seattle, it was like the opposite. It's raining like 8 months out the year, you know what I mean? And it's heavy, where it's like gloomy. You can't, when you're on the freeway, you're driving like 5 miles an hour, like, you can't, it was just a lot. And then it was like really cold. Like, I have to like kind of bag on it because there was some really beautiful aspects, like the summer, the springs were really beautiful, but the rain I feel like outweighed everything.
They say it's a depressing ass city.
I was gonna ask if it fucked with your mood at all.
And like mind you, like it's like I wasn't able to be shirtless. You always had to be like bundled up. Like it was just it was just
I like that. You can't be shirtless.
it just wasn't my vibe. Like, I love it. I'm actually going to Seattle next weekend for one of my homies getting one of my really good friends that I met while I was out there. His name's Glendo. Shout out him. He's getting married and he invited me to his wedding.
Hey,
so
nice.
I'm going back to Seattle.
Nice. Well, congrats to him, dude. That's
Yeah, congrats to him. It's beautiful. Samoan.
Oh wow, Oos. It's just me, Oos.
Oos.
Dang,
Hell yeah.
Dude, my little brother. Side note: my little brother just texted me Canelo or Crawford. So just to ask before
Canelo.
this will come out after the fight. We going tonight, baby. by the
Yeah,
way.
Hell yeah.
Hell yeah.
Players
Last
only.
minute
Yeah.
But yeah,
With my Mexican flag, I'm bringing it.
Yes,
Yeah.
as you should.
I just said
no, pero te voy a desmentir.
I gotta tuck it
Te
though.
voy a desmentir, man.
Oh, they don't let you hold on. They don't let you in with it.
No, they don't.
Hold on,
Well,
look.
not when I'm out.
Lo tengo que desmentir.
What?
You said you were gonna put a lay with Bud on there.
I know.
So who,
But-
I'm asking you now that it's game time decision. Who we going with, Canelo? Or, I'm going Canelo. Who are you
All
going
right.
with?
Honestly, I feel like for one, I could see it go either way. That's gonna be like my boxing thing. Like I could feel like I could see Crawford sneak out a decision because he's not gonna knock him out. I could see him like out like basically dancing all night, like pretty not engaging.
Side note: I need Diego Lopez. I'm just gonna check
Yeah,
that.
no,
real
heck
quick.
yeah. But I could see really Bud not engaging for like all night, kind of running away. You know what I mean? And kind of just outpointing him. I
Yeah.
could easily see that where he doesn't engage at all. And then I could see where like Canelo either wins by like 10 or decision as well. But
Yeah,
I could see where it could be like a boring fight and he sneaks out of there with like a win.
Canelo,
But
Bud. Oh,
where he just, he like out like pretty much out, out points him like, like
Yeah.
super technical, like, moves around, pretty much boxes, styles on him.
All that shit right there.
It's, I don't know. I'm curious to see how Bud's.
I like Shakur Stevenson.
Diego Lopez.
I
hasn't
find him
fought yet.
boring.
No, that's what I'm saying. He's gonna
Yeah.
fight like that. Like,
Yeah.
like he's gonna fight very like.
Manny, I need Diego Lopez.
Is that on?
Bad. Not yet. But if we could throw that on.
Yeah,
though,
yeah.
instead.
I think is it over
Yeah,
there?
yeah, I'll go get it. I'll go get it. Yeah, hold on. You guys can talk about it.
Oh, dude,
Okay,
hell yeah.
since we're paused right now. I don't know.
No, we could.
Oh, we're
Then
live?
we'll still
Okay.
put this on. Yeah.
Okay, so I guess maybe I should ask this in the beginning. Proper podcast etiquette. Do I look when I talk? Is it like a
You can
mixture of
whichever.
camera, y'all
It'll
camera?
probably cut to you. You know.
I'm just saying because I don't know if I should be looking directly at the camera or like. So it's a little bit of both. Y'all broke my your podcast, Jerry. Which one? Huh?
Oh, podcast cherry. As I said, you broke my podcast chair. I was like, no.
No, podcast chair.
Yeah, hell yeah. Yeah, dude, it's all that to say. Oh, by the way, a couple are dead. I'm going to rip right here live on fucking this one with the Yankees over 8.5. Yoo-hoo. Let me see. Ole Miss. All these other. This is live, baby. It's Royals, I need you to grow one. This is alive, baby. Kelvin Gastelum, he won.
Did he?
Yeah, Kelvin Gastelum did win.
God.
I need Diego Lopez bad. All I had to say, fellas.
Bad.
I need Diego. There's only one slip died. All right, we're all right. All right, let me check the rest. The Rockies over. Oh, the Braves, by the way, are getting their shit tossed.
Damn.
They're getting their shit tossed.
What's
Honest-
up with them,
What's
bro?
up?
I would say though, if now going back, just side note, and since we're talking about the UFC,
Yeah.
if I could pick now a career, like maybe that I would go back and like dream career would have been to work with the UFC athletes at the PI doing some sort of athletic training, you know what I mean? Whether it's like diet, you know what I mean? Whether like just to be in the PI there, like day in and day
Yeah, that's
out,
dope.
working with them either like as a trainer, you know, or like, some in that space. Like I feel
I
like
feel like
that
just to work with them.
that would have
dude.
been a sick job, you know what I mean? Or just
Yeah.
to be a part of just
Well,
you
you
know.
see now that
Dude, you're only 32. It can still work out,
for sure,
honestly.
for sure.
Yeah, and
the
you got it down
journalists
the
they
street.
have, they aren't really even journalists. Like,
Yeah.
They might throw us on in-
like that's I'm not even journalists. I meant like the train, you know what I mean? Like in the training side,
Yeah,
not like
yeah.
the media, but more like the
Like just the
trainer.
everyday exercise.
Yeah,
Type
like
deal.
when they go to the PI, I'd be the person that'd be like his, you know what I mean? All right, today we're gonna get the medicine ball, you know,
yeah,
whatever.
Yeah, coach, like a coach type deal. Yeah, that's dope.
Yeah,
It's
a trainer, you know, like not like a striking coach, but you know,
Do you enjoy the UFC more than boxing?
I think I enjoy the UFC more than anything,
Yeah, same.
like than any sport.
Football's
like,
a close. It's
Yeah,
fighting.
like obviously I like football, but the thing about football is that I really like my team. Like I'll keep up with other teams and stuff. Obviously, like the lay
Yeah.
of the land. But I feel like the UFC is kind of like, you know what I mean. I'm able to kind of understand
Yes.
like all of it.
Yeah. I hate to ask.
I do. I don't. So do you guys got? Do you
I
guys got?
just need Diego
Do you
Lopez
guys got
bad.
ESPN?
We do have it. I think
I-
it's just on there though.
I don't see it. Look.
Oh no, like the app. I'm sorry. I should specify.
Yeah, I don't think I have.
Oh, you don't have. Okay, it's okay.
Let me see.
It's okay.
I'm saying you want to
That's
put it
too
on.
much. It's too much.
or if I mean, I could also put it on my the
If you scan
Wi-Fi
it
and shoot it.
Oh yeah. Do that.
I should have ESPN.
Yeah, ESPN Plus. I feel like that's a standard.
I thought that came with my
Hulu
Does it?
and Disney
But
Plus.
that's in Disney, so should it be in Disney?
No, it's not gonna be a Disney. But if you got Disney, you for sure got.
Yeah.
Dude, I hate all these apps.
Me too.
I know. I gotta log into 4 different apps to watch something, man.
Yeah.
Uncle Dana's making a bag tonight, though.
Dude,
How much you think he's
no,
making
this
tonight,
whole
man?
weekend?
What?
Or sorry, TKO. in
TKO,
general,
yeah, TKO.
Hey, he's allowed to bet on his guy too, so I'm sure he's gonna put a bag on his guy.
On who's this guy? Canelo, right?
The guy that's fighting
Fernando Vargas,
Fernando
Caleb
Vargas.
Walsh.
Yeah, Caleb
Oh,
Walsh.
you liked him too to win, huh?
Yeah, for sure. He's the favorite.
Is
By
he?
heavy.
He's like a
Heavy.
minus 350.
Oh.
I was gonna put him on my plays, but then I was
Yeah,
like,
hold on. Let me see what else is dead.
But I
just
don't know
real
if
quick.
you take Crawford and Vargas, that's a cool little. That's just a straight underdog. The 2 underdogs put like
Yeah.
put like $50. That's like probably like $1,000. They went
Yeah.
off that 50.
Imagine having Diego fucking Lopez
on
at
everything.
everything. Imagine having Diego Lopez to win on every motherfucking thing. Do the Miami Hurricanes cover? Damn, man. I really would have liked if the Canes covered the guy.
Oof.
If the Canes covered.
Did they not cover?
I don't know if they covered.
Oh, by the way, I had mentioned earlier that Shaq was in a movie that was a superhero movie. It was called Steel.
Steel.
Yeah, I think he was supposed to.
I completely forgot about that.
Yeah, that was a great film.
Yeah, that was a good one. The Rock. I totally forgot what we were talking about before this went off, but I'm guessing it had something to do with Diego Lopez. But we have this fight on in the background, so if it looks like we're looking that way sometimes and talking, that's what it is.
And if it gets intense, it's because we
It's
have
because,
big money on
it's
it.
because they don't need to know all that.
Would
But
you say living out here, like, do you gamble more often?
is it tempting?
I would say it's more accessible, but I want to say like I mean, I guess before I wasn't like betting because I never had the app, so like I wasn't going to a casino. But here, I guess I'd be inclined sometimes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you said yesterday you said something.
But
You
like
was
you don't get it. Sorry, you don't get
no,
like
dude.
a Thursday itch to be like, I need to go fuck hit
Nah, hell no.
the slots or something.
I do have a homie though that fucking he's in here putting parlays in all the time, and like I don't know. I guess I rather like buy clothes. I don't know. Like I feel like when I lose, I'm like, I could have bought weed with that.
Yeah. But like, yeah, okay, that makes sense. That makes sense.
I
Yeah.
just guess I hate losing enough to not bet gamble.
Gambling
I wish I was that way.
That's so fun. Yeah, because I feel like just Monday night I'd be playing blackjack.
You know what I mean? That's what I'm saying. Like
Tuesday morning.
like they would know me for sure.
Oh yeah.
Dude, there was this one time I saw this guy, they knew him and they would save his spot, dude. And I don't know why. He went to the ATM, dude, like on 4 different occasions to pull out $200. Then he would lose 200, go pull out 200 more.
I
Lose
feel it
200,
though.
Go pull
That's how
out.
you control it.
You think?
Yeah.
That's-
That's how you control
But
it.
you're
'cause
still walking back to the ATM.
you're still walking back, but you know, hey,
200's the max.
yeah, because like you could easily pull
Pull
out
out
the
a foul
800.
wow.
You
at
get
a
me?
time.
But if I say, hey, every time I go to the fucking, I came here 4 times at the 800, I gotta stop.
Yeah.
You know?
I feel like that walk of shame too.
Yeah.
Yeah. Like you're getting
Again,
killed right
dog?
now.
Yeah,
You're
dude,
killed
so-
right now. So Seattle was depressing, you said, and then you
Yeah.
moved to fucking Miami.
Yeah.
What a
I love
change of
Miami.
everything.
Dude. I fucking love Miami.
Yeah.
What part did you live in?
I lived kind of like Edgewater, like Midtown,
Okay.
kind of like by Brickell, like 10 minutes from Brickell.
Yeah, nice. That's a nice area. That's a nice
Pretty
area.
cool.
By the beach. Did you enjoy
yeah.
that more in Seattle? I'm
Heck
guessing?
yeah. I remember, obviously making the conscious decision of being like, you know what, it rains too much. Like, we're not really liking the city. It's not a good fit. Like, my dog didn't like the rain. Like, my dog didn't like getting wet. You know,
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
we had to put like a raincoat on him. So it was like, so we ended up, I remember being like, well, what cities can we move to? Like, what are some good cities that, is sunny? Like, we'd be able to enjoy ourselves. And the light bulb went off and we said Miami at the same time.
Damn.
And yeah, we ended up packing our bags, drove the Mercedes Benz from Seattle to Miami.
How long
Took
was
5
that?
days with a dog in the back. We shipped
Jesus.
because we shipped all our stuff in like U-Haul or like somebody drove all our stuff out there. So our stuff took 2 weeks to deliver, and then we drove and then just packed whatever we could fit in the car, and we lived off that stuff for 2 weeks.
Wow, that's crazy,
Shit.
bro. What'd you cross through? Everything, huh? How, like on the
Oh
spectrum?
yeah, through everything, and it was interesting seeing like all the different seasons and all the things. I remember at some point we were passing Kentucky, and like there was a point where there was like all these deer. It was like a mass thing of deer. It was like deer season,
Yeah.
so like they would cross onto the roads, and people were constantly hitting deer. So like there was a little point where you could like drive by, and there's probably like 30 deer on the side of the road, like all dead because like they're constantly getting hit on the road and they're
Damn.
constantly just getting like
Damn, that's dirty. Yeah, I don't know if I could handle one of them. Like, he's cooking them.
He got on
Is
top
he
of
giving
him.
them the works?
Sorry.
I don't know if I can handle one of them. Like, it rains, snows all the time as cities.
Yeah.
Like Cali, we're very spoiled.
Yeah, bro. I couldn't. I know I couldn't.
But Florida weather's nice too, and if it rains for 30 minutes. You know.
But I must say though, like the people in Seattle were cool. Shout out like all the homies that I met. Like they're all real down to earth. So like it's nothing against the people. It was just so much like the weather. I feel like what was like the worst kind of like thing. But the people, I got to meet some really cool people. Like I said, I'm going to a wedding next week, and I got a couple homies out there. So I'm still connected with Seattle in that aspect. So
Yeah, and I feel like that you make like a little piece of you stays or with every city.
Yeah,
like,
for sure.
What?
Miami, did you deal with like any hurricanes while you were out there?
not while I was out there. Miami, so it was funny. So I guess every city has, like its negatives, and I feel like Miami, like the weather was perfect, but then you kind of, it has its different challenges. But for the most part, it was fun. I feel like it was a lot of young people, a lot of fit people that were trying to be big, bigger, even they were faking it sometimes.
Yeah.
But people were at least trying to be something there. You know what I mean? It's kind of like LA, a little bit like LA, where everyone's trying to be like the next best thing. It seems like
How long were you there?
like a year.
Yeah,
Like a year.
that's dope. You had the stripper pole on in the crib.
Yeah.
And shit.
I had it really good. Honestly, I had like a really good setup. Like, like again, like I already had content was building already. So
TikTok, Instagram now.
Instagram. It was all
Instagram.
Instagram. It was already building. So like again, I was being very intentional about like, getting a place that was gonna, be good for the eye.
What were you doing? Do you feel like what what was helping you grow a following? Like what did you have like a cherry on top that you would do, or like is there a way you'd structure your videos, or like what do you feel like it was that about your shit in specific that eventually ended up, you know?
Yeah. I mean, the cool thing, I mean, it's kind of my life is gonna have weird patterns, right? Like a lot like when I was going to college and like I was just figuring it out. I feel like the content, you know, again, it's not like I had a blueprint or somebody was like telling me what to post. I was kind of like figuring it out. Like, okay, like when I post reels for 15 seconds, nobody's watching them like the way when I post them for 7 seconds, and just kind of like trials and tribulations and really just seeing stuff, and you know what I mean? Kind of like, yeah, kind of seeing what works and what kind of did it. That's kind of like, kind of gave me like my foundation.
Because I feel like Instagram, once you hit it, like, or even TikTok, like once you hit it on the nose with a hammer, like the own app will recognize it and like will promote your video. Like this is what is
Like,
watched
boom.
all the time. Like
This is what you need to be
throw it
doing.
on
Yeah.
into the shit. You know what I'm
For
saying?
sure. In terms of like cherry on top, I feel like, or like the things that I was doing
Like your
consistently,
specialty, yeah.
it was like for surely just making sure it was clear content, you know, like very clear, very like crisp, you know what I mean? So
Yeah.
it's not like blurry, or like, you know, making sure the lighting, making sure, you know what I mean? Making sure like, you know, it was entertaining, like it had hooks. So like there was a couple things that like I kind of started catching on, like, okay, you need, you know what I mean? You need to be fast tempo, good song. Like, you know, you kind of started picking up like what were the things that led to having successful engaging reels.
Yeah.
Was it weird at first, like recording yourself out in public, or like the behind the scenes stuff?
Yeah. I feel like it was super weird because like, even I remember like just right, because now a lot of my content is shirtless. You know what I mean? I got to the point where I've gotten comfortable kind of filming content shirtless. But before that, I remember it wasn't always that case. You know, I remember at times I used to always film like with the shirt on or with the hoodie, and you know, just kind of didn't give the same kind of vibe. And I remember like my girlfriend at the time being like, "Hey, like you spend so much money on your tats. You know, you get so many tats, and like you don't ever show them. Like that's not a focal point of your content. Like, you know, it's like an afterthought. Like, oh, he's tatted. Like, you know." And then I remember when she told me that, and like that switch clicked where I'm like, oh, I should lead that I'm blasted. You know, like I got that has to be, that kind of has to be the cherry on top.
Lead with that.
Like that has to be the cherry on top. Like I have to be the guy that's blasted. Like you have to know me as like, oh, he's yadded. Like that has to be my calling card. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so that kind of, that when that switch happened, I saw success as well.
Yeah.
Do your tats mean a lot to you?
Yeah, for sure. I feel like my tats, you know, I feel like they kind of signify like a lot of different like things that I went through, and you know, just different ways to express myself, you know, through tattoos.
What was your first one?
I was this little arm tag. I was 16 years old. I was a junior in high school. I got Camille. She's like my cousin's sister. Really close. We're around the same age, but ended up being like my first tat.
Yeah, that's dope. How long ago was that, you said?
I was like, man, I was probably like 16 years old.
That's when I got my first one. That's the music notes, but yeah, I'm getting one soon, actually, next week.
Really?
And I'm excited about catching that fever again and just getting a bunch done and
Hell
finishing
yeah.
it all.
You got your hand too. I remember like always seeing you. I was like, damn, that's the one spot I don't have.
Yeah, you shouldn't though.
Yeah, well, I got this little thing, but it's not really.
But you can cover it. Yeah. Do you feel like when you worked in schools, did you feel like you had to cover that up about yourself?
Yeah, I feel like I've always been weird about tats and how I present them. Like, there's times where like I won't show them. There's times, you know what I mean, I'll show up with like I'm not the tatted guy. I'm just, you know what I mean. You're only gonna see that. So, yeah, for the most part, I feel like sometimes I hide them. Sometimes, you know, especially in a professional setting.
Yeah. You got the Oakland A's tatted. Is that your squad?
Yep, hell yeah, the Oakland A's, all Bay Area teams.
Dude, they're coming to Vegas. That's
Coming to
dope.
Vegas.
That's dope.
Are you excited for that?
Hell yeah,
Or
I'm
is it, like,
excited.
bittersweet?
Yeah, I feel like obviously it sucked that they left, but nobody's going to the games no more. Like the product they're putting out there sucks. Like they're literally chanting sell the team. You know, like people in Oakland weren't happy with the product. So I mean, might as well get it out of there, right?
I feel like it hurts. Like the Raiders hurt more for them. You know what I mean?
We lost all three teams. We lost the Raiders, the A's, and the Warriors. They just moved to San Francisco, but we lost them in the city.
Yeah.
Damn.
Imagine that, losing 3 major sports teams. I feel like there has to be a Netflix on that. Like as Netflix here, like how
There should be.
how they lost 3 major sports teams in one fucking in like literally like 3 months.
Did they
or
even
like 3 years
Did the Warriors ever win a championship? Like
in Oakland? Yeah,
they did.
yeah, all of them.
Oh, okay.
They didn't win any in Chase.
Oh, really?
Good.
No, the last one.
Oh yeah,
It was recent,
with
that
Poole, with
2022.
Poole. The fourth one,
Yeah.
the fourth one. But the 3 with Kevin Durant and all that was happening in Oracle.
Okay.
Or-
Oh yeah, that's right. That's good.
Yeah, that's good. Like I said, esquite.
Yeah.
How do you feel about you guys look this year?
The Warriors?
Yeah.
Because is this something they just try to wait?
No, we didn't make. We're the only team in the NBA that did not make an off-season move.
Really? You got the same squad as
The
last
same.
year?
I mean, we got Jimmy Butler right before the trade deadline,
He's
but in terms of
ass, though,
but in
man.
terms of the off-season, we're the only team that did not make a squad. Every single team made at least something. Like, you know what I mean? Whether they pick somebody up, you know.
You guys still have Kaminga, or is he?
Yep, we got Kuminga. Yeah,
Oh,
yeah.
he wobbled Diego. No, you motherfucker.
Nah, but he just caught him
he
once.
just
This
caught
dude-
him. This
dude's
dude's been
running.
him. Yeah, he's been cooking him. He's been cooking him the whole time.
He just can't give Diego can't give him no confidence.
No.
He was on top of him.
Oh, that was a good one too. No, Diego, you motherfucker.
Why is he getting pieced like that?
Why is he letting himself get cooked? Just fucking
fine.
he's cooked.
He's fine. He's fine.
We need Diego bad. Look, he's hitting him with reverse shit and shit.
Let him, because he's a little fucking pit bull. Look at him.
That I don't like that motherfucker, man. Oh, there you go, Diego. Return the favor.
Who does Silva fight next?
Fight for the title at that point.
Nah, because
No?
they still. You gotta fight Mosa or no? I mean, Diego Lopez is good. I'd have him fight.
Who's the number one contender?
He should fight Pitbull. Is Pitbull 55? No, Pitbull's 45. He should fight Pitbull and Rio.
No, I think Pitbulls went up to 55.
Who's the number
No.
one contender though?
Did he? The number one contender is Leon Murphy. Or
Oh, Lerone Murphy?
Lerone Murphy.
Maybe him and Lerone Murphy then.
No, there's still Mosharf. No, Lerone Murphy has to fight for the title.
of Levi. What's his
Yeah.
last name? Yeah,
Well, maybe he could fight Aaron Pico. That'd be a good fight.
that'd be good. That'd be good.
Or I mean, there's still obviously what's his name?
Oh,
here?
Diego.
Yuri Rodriguez.
Yeah, great. Yeah.
There's what's his name? Alan. What's his name?
There you go.
Alan. The British guy.
Arnold Allen.
Arnold Allen.
Yeah. Yeah, he's
Check
dope
right
too.
now with the rankings.
Checking what?
On the rankings.
Oh, dude, come on, Diego, choke him out. There you go.
There you go.
There you go. Do you like the fight nerds?
Yeah, I like the fight nerds.
Conglomerate. Yeah.
Yeah. I think they're cool. Obviously, I feel like my favorite one is probably gonna be Prates.
Oh,
Carlos
I like
Prates.
Carlos
him. He's cool. I
Prates
think
too.
he's cool. He's my favorite
Yeah.
one. What about
Yeah.
you?
I liked Kyle Bohio, man, but he just lost
He
that
just
one.
lost. Yeah, he just lost. Yeah, I like him. I like him too. I like his test, the free spirit and stuff. But in terms of like style, like the way they fight, definitely Prates.
Yeah. I
He's-
like
he's
Prates
like,
too.
yeah.
I like Prates too. Oh, nice
Ooh,
elbow.
that elbow was nasty.
That elbow was dirty.
That was like a
Yeah, like a downward straight to the.
yeah.
Dude, they're both so good. No, Diego, man.
Oh, he knocked him out. He knocked him out. He knocked him out. He knocked him out.
He
That's
knocked him
over.
out?
Yeah, it's over. It's over. He
Kill
elbowed
him.
him. Look, he cut.
Don't kill him,
open.
but kill him.
He cut him open. It's over.
Don't kill him, but kill
Look,
him.
He split him
Stop
open.
the fight.
Let's go.
He split him open. He split him open. Bro, he split his ass open, bro.
Hey, come on.
No, sorry.
Damn. Look. He split his ass open. Damn, man, coño.
He thought he was trying to bang with the big
Look at
dog. Oh my God. Hey, no, but honestly, Gene Silva's balls.
Are you back, baby?
More? You want me to knock you the fuck out again?
Who's he trying to go at?
Because I will. He's trying to go after Diego.
They try to push him.
You want me to knock you out again, little boy? Little teeny ass, bald headed ass little baby?
Damn, bro.
Sit there and cry. That's right. Call your mama.
Damn, they lost 3 in a row.
Who?
The fighting nerds.
Yeah, because they're all fucking weird.
They
and
all 3 of them fucked.
cringe. I fucking
Ruffy
hate them.
lost to Saint Bois Denis.
But Noir Denis a beast.
Yeah. And
Diego
then
Lopez is the man, too.
Rogelio, and then this one, they're 0-3. They're
Yeah.
undefeated. They're
Call
all
them all
undefeated.
types
They
of
were.
pussy.
They were.
They're all undefeated, and then Prates lost to Ian Gary. He was the only one that was.
Oh.
Spinning elbow,
That's what I'm
dog.
saying. The spinning elbow, and look, he immediately
Beautiful.
started leaking. You see that?
Yeah.
Beautiful.
He was already leaking from round 1 too.
No, but
You
not
punk
like
motherfucker.
look.
Oh,
Boom.
fuck, I said, give me that big ball, 8 cue ball ass head and bring it here, boy.
This shit
Come here.
got split open.
Come here. Where you going? Where you thought this ain't a motherfucking? Yeah, we're gonna
should've
when we
turned
clip
that
this.
shit
We
up.
gotta add this
Yeah.
under it. Yeah, we gotta. Yeah.
Did we hit one?
What?
Did we hit one?
No, no, yeah.
Oh, okay.
Now we need. Now we're going to what we need, baby.
Canelo and the
Yeah.
Dodgers.
No, just Canelo,
Oh, okay.
baby. Just Canelo. Hell yeah. Dude, Miami is a party ass city.
Yeah.
Did you do any parties? Did you go out there?
Yeah. Hell
Did you
yeah.
ever go to Mango's?
Yep, hell
I
yeah.
love
on
Mango.
in South Beach. South Beach.
Yes, it's on
Yeah,
South
yeah,
Beach,
yeah.
but
On
the
Ocean.
street.
Ocean Drive.
Ocean. Yes. Mango's very nice. They also used to do this thing called Nikki Beach. That was like a party on
Yeah,
the
yeah,
beach.
yeah. It's right there too. They still have that.
They
Nikki
still
Beach,
have
Nikki
that?
Beach.
Wow,
They have Nikki
wow,
Beach.
wow.
That's actually very touristy right now.
Really? Did you ever go to strip clubs out there?
Hell yeah.
The booby trap?
All of them.
Yeah, booby trap was nice.
Booby,
like
cheetahs, fucking tootsies.
Tootsie's is cool. Tootsie's is cool.
Do they really have good wings?
Yeah, they have good wings.
They
Yeah,
got good
booby trap
wings.
is nice. That's the best of Miami best. Though. That's
Yeah,
what
yeah,
like.
yeah.
That's the staple. All right, off the Yahweh.
For
Yeah,
sure.
Yeah.
For sure.
Did you? Question. We always make fun of not make, but we say this ourselves. But did you have an OnlyFans at one point? That you
Yeah,
was
hell
on?
yeah.
And what kind of shit you put on there?
So no. So honestly, Miami was kind of like what really kicked off like me coming into like the content space, social media, because I was doing content in Seattle, but I still had a full-time job, right? I was still kind of doing it part-time.
Yeah.
When I moved to Miami, I had a job lined up to work at the University of Miami. So
That's
I was gonna work.
dope.
I was gonna work with the Hurricanes as like literally at the U at Coral Gables.
Yeah, dude.
Literally, I already had it
Nice
lined
drive
up.
by
I
that
already
shit.
had interviewed. I already got accepted and everything. They were just when you get here, come bring your your paperwork, whatever. And the job ended up falling through like the day I moved there, right? And mind you, I already signed my lease. I already drove 5 days to Miami. Like I'm here. Like I'm here.
Like,
and like
what
what
do
you
you
mean?
mean?
This
Yeah.
job that like I
Yeah.
was counting on is falling through. So.
Yeah.
To that, I was like, damn, what the fuck? And like, what am I gonna do? So like at that point, content was kind of like the one thing I'm like, well, I have to make this work. I have to figure out how I could maximize my content and how I could
monetize
really-
it. You know, like we were just talking about.
yeah, I can make it. How I can run it up, really, because it's
Yeah.
gonna be the only. Like now, I have to get creative with like how I hustle and how I really generate money because
Yeah.
like my 9 to 5 isn't there. So, and through that, I obviously had to start getting hip with like making content and reaching out to brands, and then through that, I was like, man, I might as well open up an OnlyFans. You know what I mean? And the girl that I was seeing at the time, like she was down to help me obviously make these videos, and like
Yeah.
so we were kind of like recording our sex tapes and selling them, like whether she was gonna like giving me like BJs and stuff. And then dude, that turned into like doing content with some of the neighbors, like some of the other girl neighbors, because we
shit.
lived in a high rise. So there's a couple other neighbors there that live there that also work on the content space. So we're like, we might as well all just shoot
OnlyFans
together.
specifically.
Yeah, might as well all shoot together.
Might as well, baby.
What y'all think?
Might
what I
as
mean?
well.
I hold the camera for you, hold it for me. You know what I mean?
Yeah, that's dope, dude.
And yeah, so like that kind of turned into like that and like
side question that I have: when you like collaborate, because it's your OnlyFans page that you're putting this content on, right?
Yeah.
So when you collaborate with another OnlyFans model, how do you?
You gotta break them off.
Does I understand that, but does do you see the revenue that one video brings? Because I'm assuming it's like a subscription based thing where you pay for a subscription, not per video, right? He said, I don't. I really, I'm not acting.
Well,
if I
no.
if I ever bought on OnlyFans, I'd admit
So
it. Right
from
now.
what I've seen from people that have advertised themselves, I'm not a
Yeah, uh-huh.
I'm not really a subscriber.
you're not a gooner.
Yeah, but I think it's like either or. You either pay for a monthly subscription
or
you
one
could-
video.
or like you could do like a video.
Because I'm
type
saying
shit.
like I ain't gonna split with you what I made that month. I'll split what we did on this video.
Oh yeah,
You know what I'm saying?
Like, so hey,
So-
you could do that.
Yeah. So there, you're right about that. So there is two ways in terms of the subscription. You could do like kind of like a catch-all, right? So like for $15.99, you could kind of have access to all my content. You know what I mean, or at least what I post on the paywall. You could do like sell messages or extra stuff like that.
Messages?
like add-ons. You know
Messages
what I mean?
like
Like for example, you're able to sell content through messages. So if somebody requests like something custom or
yes,
they want
yes.
certain things that's not on the feed.
Yeah.
So for example, you could say, okay, for $14.99, you have access to all my content on my feed. The feed could have only like selfies or only pictures. You know what I mean? But then you could also have like videos that they could buy on messages that are on the side. You don't have access to that.
Yes.
Through those are all extra add-ons. You know what I mean? So people do it that way. And then there's also where you could sell it individually, so pay-per-view, so like each one, you know what I mean? So like for example, like the UFC, you have to pay for each single one to watch the card, you know what I mean? There's not like or like Netflix, how you could there's a subscription, you get it all. This is like one by one. So if you had Netflix, you had to buy each fucking video or each movie.
each movie.
And that's
Got
how
it.
kind of I was running it. I was running it to where you have to buy every single video one by one. Like you
Yes.
don't get this like $15.99. I'm getting it all.
Dude, ain't no more free Randy here.
It costs.
Yeah, right. How did you feel like it went for you?
No, it went actually really good. So like at that time too, like me and my girl at the time, we were like experimenting. Like we're kind of just having threesomes, you know. We're just kind of trying to figure out what, you know what I mean, what that looked like, because we're kind of just figuring out what space, you know what I mean, kind of like how to tackle that. And before that, I remember we got in a throuple. I don't know if you guys remember that. Like I was like dating two girls, like
I do.
I did like a small time. But like I was like publicly,
okay, so we free
like publicly had like
no, that's dope.
so you know that had happened. And so
How'd you feel like that was on a day-to-day basis?
I learned a lot. Honestly, I learned a lot, like just about like kind of what I want in a relationship and all that. So I feel like you kind of have to live life, kind of go crazy, and then realize like, yeah, that was like a moment in time. You know,
Would you do it again?
Probably not.
Oh,
It's expensive.
it's expensive. Yeah, it's very expensive. But it's 2 headaches.
Well,
Did
think
you ever
about it,
get
right?
home
Like
and they were
usually
both
when
mad
you,
at you?
when you take out a girl on a date, you have to pay for them. Like now you have to pay for 2 girls.
Yeah.
So like that, you paying for 3 people everywhere you go. I got 3 heads, and like you know how girls are when they're having fun and they just ordering shots and like whatever, like you know what I mean. Imagine like
you count up the numbers.
yeah,
like that's another
imagine like
$70.
they're just shots, and you just think like, yo, I'm the only one who's gonna pay for this.
He said, "Yay,
Y'all got ins on this?
And it feels player like because everyone's looking at you like, damn, homie's sitting there with 2 girls. And I'm like, nah, I'll take one of them, please. Like, sit down, we can split the bill.
I love that.
That's fucking great.
Were they 2 different personalities, or were they?
Yeah, for sure. And I feel like part of that was like my weird little sick, twisted fantasy, right? Like one girl, she was super like corporate, like, you know what I mean? Like made a lot of money, corporate, super like clean, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like, you know, like very, you know, just super
Yeah,
corporate,
yeah,
like fun, but like differently. And the other one was kind of like more like nightlife stripper, you know, like.
She was a stripper in Miami.
No, in like the Bay, but it was kind of like they had 2 different personalities, and I feel like combining them kind of like made it
Made it fun.
It was like the devil and the angel. On
pretty
your
much,
shoulders, huh?
pretty much,
That's great.
and made them
love
dance
that.
together.
Yeah, that's dope. Is that what the stripper pole was for?
No, honestly, it was just there for just like that was the house rules. Everybody had to take a shot in a pole.
I love that.
Like whether you're a guy or girl, you know, like you don't have to do nothing crazy. Just kind of just hit a pole, just hit like.
Did you ever have anybody do something crazy?
I mean, the girls are, you know, some girls would do crazy stuff. Some guys would try to spin on it, but not like.
Come in, just drop it low.
Rip the pants.
You wanted this.
I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
It'd be a pretty long pole for this place, huh?
Yeah, that's what she said.
Oh, That's good. That's good. That's good. And how long did you do the OnlyFans thing for?
Honestly, it's still ongoing.
Oh, you still shoot content.
Yeah, hell yeah, shoot a little content every now and then. It's kind of hard just because I got a lot of things going on, so it's hard to like set time for that. Like, hey, like,
How do you connect with other people that do that?
honestly, so it's been like I said, everything I've been kind of just figuring it out. So at first, I remember just being like, hey, we should connect, but I'm now realizing that it's not so much collab, so much like you pay to collab. I'm realizing that like the top people, unless you're like Jason Love, you know, shout out him.
Jason
He ain't paying nobody to fucking collab. You know what I mean? He ain't paying nobody to collab. But like once you get there, you know what I mean?
That one shut off.
That's ours.
Yeah.
It's cool. We
But-
can keep running it.
Yeah,
like this.
yeah.
Go
But
ahead.
you know, once you get to that point, like shit, you know, people are waiting in line to shoot content with you. So
yeah.
I'm hoping that maybe I could be there one day, you know what I mean? Where like, cause I'm shit, porn or just the adult industry, right? I feel like it's a $1 billion industry. It's not a bad industry to be in, you know what I mean?
Hell no.
And it's funny enough that me being in the education industry, right? Like you make a lot more money in the adult industry than you do as a teacher. You know what I mean? Teachers are like notoriously the lowest paid, you know what I mean, workers. So it's just, you know, it's interesting seeing that I make more money in this industry than in the industry you figure I should be morally making better money.
What's the essential worker?
Hey, porn is essential to some people.
No, it is.
Oh, it is.
It
So
totally is.
it's funny. Like there's this adult star in my gym that I talk to now. Like he works out. Like he works out at the same time I do. So he said that art, the reason why people like art is because it conveys some sort of like emotion, right? It's a form of things that it evokes emotion in a person. That's why we gravitate towards it. That's why we spend thousands of dollars on art, because it speaks to us. It tells me something, right? Like each piece, whatever. But and he said porn is a form of art, and that's the highest form of a, you know what I mean, yeah. So that's why it's like it's basically the highest most form of art, where it's, you know what I mean, because art, you're not used to it, you know, like moving and shit like that. So this, you know, and basically the way you were saying, it's like the art of porn is like the most, you know what I mean, the one that's gonna pull the most.
Yeah. And like when you collaborate with somebody else, is there like a how does that like, is there like a, I don't want to say like, do you got to get comfortable with each other first, or is it kind of like you just, you know what we know what we're here to do?
So I've done both, right? I've kind of had instances of both, where like there's been people that I've kind of already knew I've been comfortable with, and we're just recording us doing what we will already do off camera.
Yeah.
And then there's been those instances where it's been kind of like coordinated, like, hey, do you want to shoot? Let's meet at this time. We're gonna meet up at this time and shoot. And like literally the first time we're meeting and shooting is the first time we're literally saying hello. You know what I mean? Like we're meeting, maybe smoking a blunt, and then kind of like get into it. And then after it's over, we're going home. There's no need to like hang out and like fake hang out, you know. So you know, because we're adults, like we came here to do this, and like, you know, we're kind of gone. Like you don't need to like fake hang out after, like, you know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
So it's pretty interesting, like doing that, like getting there. It's like a business transaction, you know. You show up, you do what it do, and then you kind of leave. There's no like, you know, there's no dead space where like the awkward, like, you know, like, you
So
know,
what's your favorite color?
you want to sit here? You know what I mean? Like, hey, come over here. Like, you know, like, I don't know, it's like, come on, like, you know,
Or like
you know,
the hand around the,
like, yeah, we know what we came here. You know what I'm here for.
yeah, drop them jaws, baby.
Be naked when I pull up that shit. You know what I'm saying? Don't have shit to say to me.
Yeah, no, that's facts, dude. I feel like that's a crazy space. I don't have the confidence, man.
Yeah, and like
Me and my 3 inches will stay in my house.
You know, and like you can imagine being like working in the like education space, and you know, being in that's like, you know, kind of conflicting, and it kind of, you know, it kind of sucks. But I feel like, man, I feel like I got a little bit of something for both. You know what I mean? So when I show up to work, it's not like, you know what I mean, I'm not thinking like that. It's not like, you know, it's different hats. You know, wearing different hats, different. You know what I mean? Different things.
Different things, yeah. And so why'd you leave Miami?
So me and that chick ended up breaking up. I felt like, you know, it was just kind of a lot of wear and tear, crash and burn, you know, alcohol.
How long were you guys together? A minute?
Huh?
You guys were together?
Yeah, we're together a minute, and then we moved from state to state, where each other's like everything, right? It's like we had to be each other's partners, each other's best friends, like each other's like essentially like, you know, like everything. We had to be each other's confidant, like, you know, like it's, you know, there's just a lot of drinking, a lot of like drugs, and that's kind of what like also like made me realize like, yo, you know, because like y'all see like from the trajectory that I was going.
Can you turn the other one on, please? We keep going. They're just gonna,
you know, and like the trajectory that I was on, I felt like I was doing good. And when I got to like Seattle, Miami, I kind of like, you know, it went from like literally like, you know, because the trajectory I was on, and then I don't want to say like I dipped, but it definitely went from like super positive, like, you know, doing shit to to, you know, essentially fucking yeah.
But you and her broke up. Was it because of the throttle thing?
Yeah, I feel like that definitely had a lot to do with it. It got to the point where she didn't really want to have threesomes no more. Like I respected it, right? It was starting to like kind of be too much. It was just kind of like, you know what I mean? It was just starting to be a lot too often, too quick. She expressed she didn't want it. So then it was kind of like, you know, it was like you could just do your thing on the side, you know, just do your thing, just kind of be honest about it. And I feel like that was the hard part for me, was like having to be like, hey, even though that was what she wanted, and like, you know, she wanted to be told every time I was gonna go like hook up with somebody, I felt like I felt super shameful, like, and I ended up not being honest about it, and ultimately that is what kind of caused rift, right? Because she wanted to know, and like think about it, if I'm like hooking up with like 3 girls a week, I felt ashamed to be like, hey, I'm gonna go fuck this other girl, like, hey, I'm gonna go fuck this girl, even though that's what she wanted. I just felt weird.
She wanted to, so were you guys in an open relationship basically?
It was just more like, I guess kind of like she was letting me do my thing. I feel like, you know, she was just kind of like, do your, you know what I mean? I just want to be with you, do your thing.
Yeah, that's
and
cool.
which is cool. It's commendable, but like it just got to a point where it was too much. You know what I mean? It was just too much.
Took advantage of the fact.
Kind of took advantage. You know what I mean? It was kind of just not really. You know what I mean? Doing what it do.
Yeah.
And yeah, I mean, I kind of like that broke up. Right? We had to decide whether who kept the apartment, who left. Obviously, it only made sense since I was the one that was fucking up. Like I was gonna kick her out. You know what I mean? Like, all right, now you gotta go.
And you gotta leave.
Yeah,
And you gotta leave, you know what I mean? And she had a dog, so we had a dog together. So it kind of just, you know, me being the man, like it just kind of, we just kind of figured out that it was best to leave. At that point, I kind of was like lost. I should have stayed in Miami. I have no real reason why. I don't even know why I didn't.
You could have just got another spot.
But I don't know. I just was all over the place, and I just ended up calling some homie that I knew out here, and I was like, yo, like he lived out here, and kind of just from one day to another, just chose Vegas as like the place to uproot.
Yeah.
And, you know, kind of like.
How long you been here now?
Like 2 years, 2.5.
Yeah, that's dope, dude. That's dope. I like that you found somewhere that you like enough to post
It's
up.
been
around.
moving like crazy. Just signed this 14-month lease. So,
Nice.
you know, hoping to ideally maybe stay here, maybe go somewhere else, you know, where we talked about.
Yeah.
So, yeah, we'll kind of see like what happens.
So what do you feel is the next step for you? Because yesterday you were talking to me about like some clothes that you got coming out and stuff like that. Is that where you feel like your next step is, like into the clothing kind of fashion industry type of
Yes.
deal?
So obviously I gotta.
Aside to add to that, would you ever go back to like doing education? And so are you still involved in that? Or, you know?
No, those are great questions. So I was actually involved in this education role here. It was called the Prison Education Coordinator. So I worked for a community college, and they would offer community college classes at the prisons. So at the male and women prisons. So we'd go inside there, help them get degrees and certificates like HVAC, culinary, welding, stuff like that, right? So they could get skills when they get out and be employed. Huh?
What did you teach in that?
So I was kind of more doing operations. So I was kind of more the coordinator. So I kind of was the one that was hiring the teachers. I would like, you know, kind of give them like tours of the prison and make sure they got everything they needed to run their class. So like I oversaw the program, like, you know, for the most part. Like there was my supervisor and me, and together we made sure that the program kind of lived, and, you know, the budgets from, you know what I mean, talking to the warden, talking to like the superintendent on the campus.
Were you working in the prison?
Yeah. Like, I got to work in 5 different prisons in the state in Clark County. Wow. So there's 2 male prisons, there's a women's prison, there's the 2 camps, the women's camp and the male's camp, which Henry Ruggs is remember he ended up actually getting locked up, but he's at one of the he's at a halfway house that I actually had jurisdiction in as well. Wow. Casa Grande.
That's dope. That's dope.
Yeah,
Did you ever run into the inmates?
No, because I would run into the inmates all the time. Yeah. Because I'm literally, I would help them, and, you know what I mean, I would host office hours. So like every Friday they would come to my office hours, and they like literally would like wait in line to talk to me.
Oh, that's dope.
Which is dope. So I would have like contact with them, women, males, like it was crazy.
Yeah. Did you ever get catcalled?
All the time. Like I worked in mostly the women's prison. There's some little baddies in there, not gonna lie, but
are you worth bailing out?
Yeah. Shit, I'll write you some letters. But you know, it's all cool. I feel like I like my experience, but I guess I say that to say that I was working 40 hours a week, you know, really kind of like engaged in that. And then I kind of realized, like, you know what, like really my passion, at least right now, is creating content, being in that space, you know what I mean, creating a business. So recently, last month, I quit that job to really focus on kind of just my entrepreneurship, you know what I mean, really building my businesses. Like I was telling you, like I got a couple different endeavors. I got 2 different shirt companies that I'm trying to produce. Little candle brand, and, you know, little coaching on the side. So I got a couple different ideas that I kind of want to do in terms of, you know, on top of doing content and working with brands. So that's kind of what's in the horizon.
Well, that's dope, dude. That's dope. That's a big step, and obviously wish you the best in that. And I know you'll succeed because you're a hustler, baby, and that's what you do. But I really wish you the best in that, bro. Should we head to this Canelo thing, man?
Yeah, dude.
Yeah, dude. Well, bro, we appreciate. You got something?
No, I was gonna say the same thing. I was gonna say thank you for,
dude. Thanks for having us. Every time we come to Vegas, this guy is like our main go-to guy. He's been a friend for a long time, and we'll do another one. Like, come to LA and let's do one. Like,
for sure.
We got a little loose tonight. We could do a little after hours one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, dude.
No, for sure,
dude. But you're the man. We appreciate you.
And, hell yeah. No, for sure. Thank y'all for having me. Yeah. Let's do it. That was good. I was gonna be sick.
Yeah, is it still red?